Good morning. It's Wisdom Wednesdays. I am Ariana Newcomer, Dove Oracle Priestess, and this is my 52nd Wisdom Wednesday. So I've been doing these for a little over a year. There have been a few weeks when I've missed because of travel, but here I am. Thank you all for those of you who watch these videos, and I deeply appreciate it. I'm inspired today to talk about the idea that it doesn't apply to me, so I don't have to worry about it and I don't have to deal with it. I read an article by someone who was describing a family member who had a completely different view of the world and other people based on her conception that, well, if it doesn't directly apply to me, then I'm not going to worry about it and I'm not going to deal with it. And this is something we're so good at as human beings. It's like putting things in these compartments and saying, well, I'm going to deal with this, but I don't like that, so I'm not going to deal with it. And I'm going to rationalize a decision that makes me feel okay about that. And I just read recently, too, that the microplastics are in the Monterey Bay now, where I live, even down to 2,000 feet in our deep canyons in the Monterey Bay. And that means the humpback whales, the gray whales, which are dying in unprecedented numbers this season and washing up on the shores here on the West Coast. All the smaller fish, we're all eating plastic now. Plastics, microplastics are coming down in the rain now. And so we have had this way of being in the world that has to do partly with this. It doesn't apply to me, so I don't have to worry about it. So corporations that pollute, they can have this ethos, well, the pollution doesn't affect me personally or us personally, especially the chief executives, and we have plenty of money, so we can be above the fray and we can move ourselves out of the way of any dangers. And oh, those people who are affected by the pollution don't matter to me, so therefore they don't matter, so it doesn't matter what we do as a company. And the truth is, we are all in this web of life. We are of Earth. We are not just on Earth. And the idea from religious teachings that we as humans have dominion over the earth and that we are the most important beings on the planet is, excuse me, allergies, is actually a false idea. Because we can see now that this ethos of we don't care how much we pollute, we don't care how much plastics we put into the environment, we don't care about other people and whether they are well and happy and able to live a fulfilling life because they're not my nearest and dearest. We are all part of this web of life, and we can see that what we have done to this web that we belong to is making our earth uninhabitable for us as humans and for many of the other creatures and beings that we share the earth with. Now, of course, this is doom and gloom, right? But we are at this tipping point. We actually are perhaps beyond the tipping point, but we do have the capacity as human beings to do incredible things about it. And there are a lot of people and companies who are working hard to create alternatives to plastics, to help in some way to clean up the plastics that are out there everywhere. And I just saw an article that they're now looking at being able to make plastic-like materials out of cactus. And then mushrooms, the mycelium, the kind of roots of mushrooms, can also create amazing fabrics. They're making mushroom leather now. And so there are all kinds of ways in which we can do things if we get ourselves out of this, well, it doesn't apply to me. I do what I can. I try not to drive, but I still have to buy my food, and my takeout comes in this plastic container, and so I'm just throwing that out as usual. And what can I do? I'm just one person. The thing is, we are all one person. However, if we understand our place in this web and that we are truly dependent upon Earth and our climate and all of this web of life with all of these other beings on Earth for our health and well-being and for our future capability to actually live on the Earth. And we can shift our mindset and we can elect politicians who are going to help create solutions rather than elect people who are going to pull us backward and make us extinct sooner. Because that's what we're really looking at. So we have to get real here, folks. We have to get real. We have to respect our web, the whole web of life on Earth, and we have to respect our place in it. And we have to accept our responsibility for having really screwed it up royally, and accept our responsibility to do everything that we can to make it better. And that includes, for all you spiritual people who say, I don't watch the news and I don't vote and politics are low vibration and I can't go there. We have to go there. We have to be able to run the energies through. Yeah, there are a lot of emotions. It's very hard, it's sad, it's difficult, and it's hopeful as long as we all jump in and do everything that we can do. And the more of us who are doing that, and there are many and many, many who are doing it, the more of us who do it, the more we come to the possibility of actually creating a solution and creating a future for humanity and for the web of life on Earth, this beautiful blue planet. So give up the idea that we have dominion over Earth, or as a spiritual person, I'm just here on school on the planet and my purpose is to ascend and get off the planet. That doesn't give you permission to trash the planet while you're in school, right? So, and it's possible that that's not really what our spirituality is truly about. Perhaps it's about really becoming aligned with Earth and spirit. And these are the coherence practices that have been coming through for me, is to really get us deeply connected to Earth so we can help Earth, and to spirit. So we are these beings who can be this bridge between Earth and sky, and we can do so much to help fix the mess that we've made as long as we give up this idea. It's not true anymore for anybody on Earth, for any human on Earth, that it doesn't apply to me, that the climate issues don't apply to me, that the pollution issues don't apply to me, that the health and well-being of other people don't apply to me. That's not going to work anymore. We have to expand our consciousness. Part of expanding consciousness as spiritual beings is doing this, recognizing our place in the web and coming into right relationship with Earth, with other humans, and with all beings on the planet. And then we can actually create solutions. So if you are interested in these coherence practices, again, I'm going to put a link to my online calendar in the comments. You can book a time to talk with me. These are practices that will help us become more aligned, become less triggered by things, become more centered and grounded and calm, so that we can take the actions that we need to take, and so we can discharge any of the energies that are the chaotic energies that are swirling from politics or from the Wi-Fi, etc. These coherence practices will help us be able to discharge those energies, come back into alignment center, so that we can do the things that we need to do to help Earth and help each other. So I'd be delighted to talk with you. The link will be in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.